Apollon 88 is a space-themed score builder shooter made by Kitech Games, the same creators as the game Neonscape. This was their first game released on Steam of the two, made in Unity engine, and being a quick download of a matter of seconds. It's a simple menu setup with some chill electronic music, your high score counter at the top, and the usual settings, credits, controls, and the option to quit. The controls are very simple, with only WASD to move, left mouse to shoot, and right mouse to scroll weapon options. The game premise itself is very self-explanatory when you appear on a map with enemies flying at you, and you have guns at your disposal. Enemies come endlessly unless you die, you have 5 lives denoted by the heart in the corner, and any time an enemy touches you, you lose one. Now the pacing of this game is pretty fast, so trying to pause to figure out what exactly was happening with the various bars and weapons available was almost impossible on the move. I started by playing generally so I could get a feel, and from that point I about managed to figure out that one bar was filled by kills, the bar at the top, and the green bar beneath it was maintained by shot hits and boosted by kills. Each time the green bar reached the end, the letter in the box I thought read Comio because of the font changed. The actual impact of these things I only figured out by watching back my gameplay in slow time, because it wasn't possible for me to spot during normal speed gameplay. My first assumption was that a better combo letter led to higher damage, but that wasn't the case. I also thought the different weapons were potentially optimised against the enemies to make you switch to the best weapon type for the enemy you are facing, and swap between quickly for a group. This isn't explicitly the case. There are 3 enemy types: the red ships of moderate speed, the yellow fast ships, and the purple slow ships. I tested each of the weapons one at a time against each of them to see if there was any change to damage with the combo counter increase. The first weapon I tested was the red chaingun. With red ships it takes 8 to 9 shots to kill, with yellow it takes 2 to 3, and with purple ships it takes about 24. The yellow weapon is faster shooting but does lesser damage. It takes 16 to 17 shots to destroy red ships, 7 shots to destroy yellow ships, and 53 to 54 shots for purple ships. The red shotgun kills red ships in 1 to 2 shots depending on accuracy, takes 1 shot for yellow ships, and 3 shots for purple ships, but has a second of delay between firing. My research showed that the damage was related to the weapons, and there was no change linked to the combo counter. The change with the combo counter is to the score you get for each kill. At base level you get 1000 points for every ship regardless of which one, at your D tier on the combo counter. At C tier you then get 1500 points per kill. B tier you get 2000 points per kill. A tier you get 2500 points. And S tier, the top level, you get 3000 points. By this mechanic, the game encourages you to keep a kill streak as well as surviving in order to rack up points faster. This mechanic does hit a wall, however. The enemy spawn appears to be random, meaning you have no control over the kill streak you could keep. You might be on a kill streak and have quite a high combo score, but that puts extra necessity on landing hits to stop your green bar hitting the bottom. If the green bar goes to 0, your combo rank goes back down to base level, and you have to go all the way back through the combo ranks again. Additionally, if you take any damage at all, your combo rank instantly zeros as well. This means that a large amount of enemies is a double-edged sword. You have ample chance to up your combo score, but a larger likelihood of getting hit and therefore losing your combo score. However, less enemies means you're less likely to get hit, but you're more likely to run out of kills and hits to keep your hit bar up, and therefore lose your combo score anyway. This gives the feeling that the kill streak mechanic is almost entirely chance. Yes, there are some things you can do to reduce damage in enemy waves, but the enemies come from all directions, and sometimes with the fast ships they come at short notice from opposite directions and you just can't dodge. So your kill streak is obliterated, and therefore you have to take the time to build up your streak again to build up your score. What I think would have been better is if it were programmed so that the combo counter only dropped 1 grade when the green bar hit the base and slowly bled out from there step by step. An instant base level drop is too harsh of a penalisation to the player when they have no control over the spawn rate and the location of the enemies. By all means zero it when the player takes damage, but the lack of enemies often happens when the player performs well, because the spawn hits a limit and the player has killed all available enemies. So in terms of motivation, you're effectively punishing them for being good. It can take a while to go up through all the combo ranks, so it's a bit of a slog. You can get slapped by multiple ships in short succession, but if you do manage to survive, I think it would also be good for game longevity if the player had the ability to earn back lives by maintaining an S-rank kill streak and filling the green bar to the top. Dying ends your session, and when you're in the flow of a game you can settle into the challenge. It's not easy to get or maintain an S-rank, especially when it gets zeroed by taking damage, and you need enough enemies to be there to build up your hit meter to another full bar. But because S is the top rank, you get no real benefit from getting there other than the score building. Yes, that is the point of the game, but longevity is also important, because a matter of seconds at S rank might mean you have enough enemies on the screen to kill you and end your run in quick succession. And of course, the first touch gets rid of that rank. It would be nice to have a reward for surviving a lot of enemies and a chance to live longer and rack up a higher score, and that function would only benefit the game. Combat-wise, the need to switch between weapons isn't all that strong. The standard chain gun is actually pretty effective against everything. The purple ships have good resistance but way less speed than you, so it's hard to get caught out by them and lose lives. If you do lose health, it will likely be to the yellow ships, and the railgun deals with them fine. The yellow gun takes more shots to kill everything by a drastic amount, but is way faster to fire, so actually time-wise it takes a similar amount of sustained fire to kill enemies as the chain gun. In that sense they almost become interchangeable, and I found that I didn't really use the yellow gun because the impact wasn't as satisfying and I didn't really need it. Plus with needing more shot hits, if your fire rate gets disrupted, you then need more shots to make up for it. The shotgun is a great power weapon, but the slow shot rate leaves you vulnerable to close spawning yellow ships. It's a one-hit kill for the yellow and red ships with good aim, and takes way less to kill purple ships, but with the delay, again, it takes a similar amount of time. Switching weapons doesn't feel like it achieves too much to me, so again that extra capability against specific types would probably encourage you to switch more and get more use of the active management of weapons. I tended to rely on the chain gun and the shotgun as the primary ones. Visually it's pretty simple. There's plenty of space in the arena and enough sections of space or narrow areas if you want to try and catch enemies on ledges. The space rocks don't cause you any damage to fly into, and are easily distinguishable from the background. The graphics are pixel and they use particle effects for the weapons, the sound effects are fitting, though quite loud on the standard settings for the gunshots. You can turn that down in the settings menu though. Overall, the visuals and sounds cover off the job well, as the main focus is the pace and combat. Overall, it's a simple score attack game, and you only compare your score against yourself because there's no online leaderboard. You can reset your score in the menu, but otherwise you'll get as much time out of it as it takes you to get bored of getting swamped by enemies every now and again. As mentioned, a few tweaks could have been made to avoid penalising the player unfairly and encouraging good play with a reward of getting health back, as well as balancing the weapons a little better, but it does the job and can kill some time. I will give Apollon 8.8 a 6.5 out of 10.